SourKidsProductions.
What's up, everybody? This is the Cancel Show, and this is your boy Manny.
I'm Lupe Chavez.
Yay.
And today we have a very special guest. She's a model, entertainer, dancer. She does a whole lot. Lowrider model, right?
Right.
What else am I missing?
That's pretty much
it. Okay.
And badass.
Straight up badass. Introduce yourself.
My name is Abigail. A lot of people know me as Abigailamorrrrx, and that's pretty much about it. So I do lowrider shows. I travel for them. Travel a lot out of state for them, actually. And then, whenever I'm back home, I do dance as an entertainer.
What do you mean dances? What do you mean?
Well, stripper.
No, because you could be one of those. ¿Cómo se dice those?
Like a go-go dancer. Is that what you mean? Kind of?
Yeah, kind of those, or those battle rapping dancers, just like what did
No.
pop like? Oh, what's up? No,
No, she doesn't think she does that.
Straightforward stripper.
But I mean,
She be making it clap.
I can.
But
No, you can't.
I can.
no,
We need proof.
I'll give y'all the proof.
okay.
Okay. We'll back the camera up so you can do it in a minute.
Kenny's all like, "Thank you guys." No, man, but I usually like to start off as a week, man. First of all, there was an incident that happened to you, right? I started as a joke. Hold on, let me set the story. I wake up to a fucking family group message because we all have a family group message, and the first thing I see is Pio's face is swollen, and I thought he was making fun of me because, like, the whole in my family.
I don't see how it would be making fun
Asian,
of him.
but it's because he's sitting down and he's doing this and his face is all swollen. I said, this fucker's trying to make fun of me. So I started sending back jokes. And then my mom's like, "Hey, you're stupid. He's really sick." I said, "Why? What's wrong with him?" He goes, "He had an asthma attack, right?"
I had an asthma attack and an allergic reaction. And my face got all swollen, and this fucker thinks I'm making fun of him.
Because in my family, they're like, "Es que pareces chinito, mijo." I don't know why. And I don't
I mean,
know.
am I wrong? Doesn't he look Asian?
But I thought he was making fun of me. I was just like, he wakes up.
I mean,
He look a little Asian mix,
you
right?
look a little. You could pass for a
A
little.
little Samoan, Filipino.
Filipino.
Shout out to all my raza, my true raza. Nah, and I thought he was making fun of me, so I started sending all these Kim Jong-un because he and all this shit. He goes, I signed it right back, and but I didn't know that. My bad, bro. I will apologize. My bad.
But I'm good. My face is back to normal.
It was fucking swollen, bro. Like,
It was pretty bad.
It was bad.
It was really bad.
I felt horrible.
I'll show y'all a picture in a
afterwards.
little bit. It was pretty fucking horrible.
That's something I want to see for sure.
Let me look for it. It was fucking. I just woke up like that. I don't know what happened. Next thing you know, my face is fat as fuck. I look like I weigh 300 pounds.
What kind of allergic reaction was it, though?
Nobody knows. They're just blaming it to allergies. And I'm like, damn, allergies did
and
that.
Here
to
I
me?
go talking my shit. Oh yeah, Culero? Well, watch this. Look at him.
I'm gonna show the camera too.
You gotta.
It doesn't look. I mean, it looks. What you're saying
You could
that
have just sent it to Kenny.
you're
Pio.
swollen?
Yeah. Oh, you saying I just look like this all the time? She's like, it just looks like regular you.
Well, you just woke
You know
up.
what? This interview's over.
I'm thinking.
Interview's over.
I'm thinking that this is like.
Abigail gives the worst lap dances ever. Don't ever go there. I'm just kidding.
she
I wouldn't know.
robs you.
I wouldn't know.
She robbed you of the dance.
Hmm.
Only half a dance.
She Cardi B's you.
Wait, what does that mean? Hold on.
Cardi B was like drugging dudes and taking their money.
Ah, la madre. Hold on.
I don't do that.
She goes, oh.
I didn't know that. Yeah, see, Kenny knows.
Wait, when did she say that?
When she was stripping.
We're so getting sued by Cardi B.
Fuck Cardi B.
Oh,
Fuck Offset too. I'll fight him.
I said it. You can catch these hands. Fuck off.
But anyways, this show is not about us.
It's not. It's not.
It's
not.
about Abigail.
I just wanted to share that story because I thought it was funny as hell.
So Abigailamorrrrx.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your stage name or?
I'm not gonna. Amor is my stage name.
Okay.
So, put them together.
Is
It
amor
sounds
Spanish
like
or amor?
Yeah.
See what that means? I'm like,
But whenever I spell out my stage name, though,
I would.
it has like an E at the end, so it's not.
Oh, so I'm not dumb.
I mean, no, you are, but
Again, the formulas and shit start coming out. That's not okay.
So how is life as a stripper?
That's a fucking entertainer, you dick. I got you.
She just basically said stripper right now.
It's
Just-
entertainer.
What do you like, stripper or entertainer?
I think it's entertainer,
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
right? Because
Males.
whenever I go to car shows, it's a whole different me. I entertain, you know?
Oh, that is
So it's like men, they want to see, you know,
ass.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Technically, I wouldn't necessarily do that like on a normal day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I see it as like it's a whole different me or whatever. So yeah, I think I would say it as an entertainer for sure.
So when you're about to go to work at the strip club,
hmm
is it a completely different you?
To be honest, no. I think the only thing that's different is that you constantly see me just shaking my ass.
So other than that, it's just me.
Yeah, it's
just
just me.
regular.
It's just me, and you know, obviously, very revealing outfits.
Of
And
course,
then,
then. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
of course. And then you know, I have to have a couple shots in me, like before anything. I think it loosens anybody up. So
Right.
other than that, yeah, it's normally me.
Okay.
For
So,
sure.
guys at the strip club,
Mm.
there could be guys acting like assholes. Like, I'm sure you get a lot of that. Like,
Mhm.
give us some experience of like bad experiences with guys.
We do get assholes for sure. There's it all goes based off of preference, I guess, you know? And so there's some dudes who I remember I worked as a stage with another partner, for example. Let me put it that way. I'm more of a thicker chick. I'm very, you know, curvy, got the big butt, whatever it is. And she was more slim, big titties, gorgeous as hell, you know, whatever. We're thinking, okay, we're working as a duo. What more do you want? You have super slim girl, beautiful body, big boobs, and then you have the thicker girl with the big old butt. Like, you know, you have two girls, and there you go, done deal, right? So it's like if we would go up to like these customers together, um, a lot of like I think she would start with the conversation and she would be like, "Well, hey, how are you doing?" or whatever. And then he'll be talking to her and then he'll look at me and kind of just look at me up and down and he's just like, "I'm good." So you'll have dudes who are like,
Really?
Just like,
yes, like
be gone. Not interested.
basically, and then it's like it's very normal for dancers also to more than likely the majority of us aren't sober dancing because we need shots in us in order for us to be like
in
a
a
little
hyped
more
up mood.
yeah, a little bit more hyped, a little bit more outgoing and stuff like that. So my friend, for example, she was like also like, "Hey, can I get a shot?" We were sitting with a group of them. He's like, "Hell no, I'm not gonna give you a shot."
What the heck?
So, you know, you have some people who are like that, and it's just like, dude, like, why are you here? And then it's also like, hey, do you mind if I sit here? And he was like, just putting his hands up. So you get a lot of those too. So it's kind of like,
See, if
you get those.
when I go to strip club and the girl's like, "Hey," and I'm like not feeling her, I'm just like, "Nah, no, thank you, I'm good."
Right.
You know?
Instead of being just like an
Yeah, instead of
ass.
being like a
Oh,
dick.
mamon.
'cause-
That's the word.
Nah,
All
he's
right, so-
actually very nice.
So let's say this was a strip club,
Right.
And us four, the two guys over there plus us two, which one would you be like? He's gonna give me the most money.
To be honest, I look at
I looked at Kitty.
I look at what they have on.
A la madre.
To be honest.
She's like, he's
Oh, it's the guy with the chain.
the guy with the chain.
I look honestly, to be honest, I look for tattoos too. So if anything, I think I would go to you, right? And then let's say, because it's like they look very shy
Yeah.
and they look more like okay, you know.
She's like, oh, this
bye.
motherfucker right here.
Yes, sir.
He knows how to have a good time.
He wants the
So
oil
I
field.
mean, to be honest, I look at what they're wearing, jewelry, um a lot of their body language as well, and the kind of crowd that they do come in with as well too. So there's a lot of girls who are already established and they already have the regulars.
Mm.
So by the moment that they walk in or the moment they sit down, you already see them. You know, some of the girls
They flock
walking
to
to
'em.
them, right?
Mm.
And then that's how you know. Like you can automatically see by the body language or by the way that they're moving their mouths. You're like, okay, well then they know each other. I'm just gonna stay away, kind of a thing.
No.
So is that like a rule, like you stay away from their regulars?
I
or
mean, not necessarily, because I could literally go up to like there was a time also that this girl and this dude had known each other since high school. So she was very comfortable with going up to him and his table, but I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna sit down because it was a bunch. It was like at least a good 8 of them. So I sat down with one of the friends, and they started throwing money. So it's kind of, I mean, I think it kind of depends on whether the regulars like, no, we're good or whatever. You can tell automatically if they're not really messing with you just by the way that they're like kind of like dissing you off and they're not paying attention to you. That's kind of your cue to leave. So
Some people don't pick up on that though.
yeah, some girls don't. Some girls are like, hell no, I'm gonna stay here, and they're very persistent. I mean, it's not a bad thing to be persistent, but it's also not, I'm kind of just like, all right, whatever, bye.
Oh, you ain't got no money?
Yeah, bye.
Peace out.
Nice.
So does being a stripper make you more money oriented when you're talking to guys? Just like in your everyday life now.
To be honest, sometimes there's been times where I will literally have a genuine conversation with a client. And I think that's just genuinely me, just the type of person that I am. I see it as like, okay, if you didn't give me any money, that's fine. I have other days that I can come in. I have X amount of hours left. I can easily go make it up in VIP or whatever it is, right? But there's literally been times where I could literally sit there and have a genuine conversation with them.
That'll be me.
And
No, I have. When I went to the strip
and
clubs.
not ask for anything like, are you gonna pay me for my time? I'm not
Yeah.
that girl. That one thing about me, I am not that girl. Like, oh, okay, you didn't want like a dance. Well, can I get rejection tips? There's such thing as rejection
There's what?
tips.
Wait, what?
Yes.
That's a real
Well,
thing?
I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna apply that in my life. Can you
Yeah,
explain more?
rejection tips. There's girls who will be like, okay, well, you didn't want to dance. Like, okay, so I'll leave you alone, but can you tip me? Like, yeah, here, shut the fuck up.
Really?
Ah, that's crazy.
All right, ladies, I know what I'm putting down tomorrow.
So next time a girl rejects you, like, bitch, I need a tip.
Mhm.
Give me a tip.
There's
I'ma use
rejection
that.
tips. But no, to be honest, there's some times where I'm not feeling it. And like I went up to this one dude too. I wasn't feeling it. I think it was a Friday. I wasn't feeling it. And I sat down with the senor. I was like, why do you look so sad? And he was just started venting about his whole life. And he was like, oh my God, my woman's cheating. Like he was about to cry. And I was like, okay. But sometimes it does get a little awkward because they do get a little too personal. And then you're like, okay.
They're like, oh,
Oh.
damn.
You're like,
this dude got it rough.
ooh, you know what?
Oh shit!
I gotta go.
That'd be you. That'd be you.
No, actually, I was gonna tell you earlier. So, every time I went to a strip club, I would always make friends with the strippers, and my friends would be mad at me because I would have genuinely conversations with them, and I would be like, "Hey, so I mean, I don't need a lap dance or nothing, but I can, I enjoy a conversation better.
Same.
Than, I'm just like, yeah." And my friends are like, "Bro,
Nah, I
like,
need a lap dance.
see what I mean?" They'll be like, "Bro, she's a stripper." I'm like, "Well, strippers have a heart too." I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly. And you know what?
Strippers are people.
Strippers are, yes, for sure. Because I, like him, I rather have a conversation first with client or whatever the hell you want to call him first before he gives me money. Like there was a client where I literally just sat with him. He was like, you know what? Don't even dance. Here's the money. You have some of them that are like that too. So I see it as like if you connect with the person, like just by having like genuine conversations or whatever, that person can come back.
It's more of a
It's more of a likely for him to come back.
There's that little connection.
That
Yeah.
would be me.
Like, you know what? Like, like I know whatever. Let me go over there. At least give you a little bit of some here and there. And
Yeah.
you have that relationship with that person
Mhm.
for life, I feel like.
But do you ever look at me and be like, "Oh, I hate fucking men"? Or,
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh
okay.
yeah, she said that with like,
Yes.
all the fucking time.
Yes.
What is the What is one of the worst cases that you're just like, man, this is the reason I hate men?
I believe that men get the wrong perception of strippers a lot of the times just because they're dancing. They'll do anything for money. Wrong. For one, I wouldn't, There's a lot
But you
of
do know some that would.
Yes.
Well, see, there you go.
Yes. There is a lot of them that do a little extra something on the side, right? So they'll come up to me, hey, how much? I've had it many times happen to me. How much to take you out of here? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I get easily offended. Like, I mean,
You're like, I'm not a whore.
right. Like, it's just like, I wouldn't do that. Like, no amount of money in this world will I ever take from a man to have sex with him. Ever. I just wouldn't do it. And so I get very defensive whenever they do ask that. And I always cuss them out usually. So I'm just like, oh, like I freaking hate them. Like how desperate and disgusting do you have to be in order for you to ask a random ass girl that you don't know, you've never had a conversation with, to be okay with paying her for sex because you clearly can't get any on your own.
Right.
Sounds dirty.
Real dirty.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like,
Yeah.
So that's one of the.
But you can't blame them though, because I mean, because you said there are some girls that do that. I mean,
there are some girls that do that.
And just to be clear, you should give us their names so that way we can stay away from them.
No,
but no hate for that way, because you know what, we don't get down like that.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You want the names and the club that they work at and the days that they go.
Just so we can avoid them.
Yeah,
not to go to that part of town.
We're not gonna go to that club on that day when she's working on that stage.
Because our friend Abigail told us.
Do you want me to give you their rates too? Because I know their rates.
Jesus Christ!
Oh my God, rates! I am so appalled. I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah, we got friends that might want to know this.
See, I'm saving my friend over there. Hey, don't go over there because they charge you for
this much.
This much for,
right.
and they steal you. And I know because I got robbed twice already. All right. No? Okay. No. Next question. So how long have you been doing this, by the way, if I may ask?
Dancing?
Yeah.
Less than a year for sure.
Less than a year?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I am really shocked.
Why?
Because I thought you probably. I mean, because when you.
Okay, so
sorry, I'm just fucking.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
All that shit you was talking about. Make sure your phones are off, and your fucking watch won't stop beeping.
It's because it's the people that are telling me what street is it on, not to go to.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Oh, what was I saying? What were we asking?
So you've only been dancing for a year now?
Less than a year. Mm-hmm.
So what made you say, fuck it, I'm going to strip?
To be honest, I think it was more, I was peer pressured.
You were peer pressured into doing it?
They were like, you know what, you would make so much money, you would do this and you would do that. I actually have a friend, his name is Chino, by the way. He does.
Shout out to Chino.
So he does a lot of the, public something. I forgot what he said he was. But basically he makes like the flyers for the clubs and whatever. And he's constantly at the strip clubs, like taking pictures of the girls, putting it on the page. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's kind of like a social.
Like a promotion.
There you go. He doesn't like being called a promoter.
But that's what he's doing.
But yes, I remember we would talk and everything, and he was like, you know what, you would make so much money. And I'm like, you know what, one day I'm gonna do it. I don't know when, I don't know where, I don't know how or whatever, but I'm gonna do it. So I think one day my friend was like, girl, let's go apply at Ecstasy. She was like, let's go apply at Ecstasy and let's see how it happens. Or what they tell us or whatever. We got hired on the spot. And she was like, okay, well, I want to start working tonight. I was like, wait, bitch, like, we just got hired. Like, you really want to work tonight? She's like, I have my clothes in the car, whatever. I'm ready. And I'm like, what? I was like, wait, hold on. I was like, wait, what? And so there's a thing that whenever you do get hired, certain clubs have requirements for the hiring process. So Ecstasy has a requirement of fingerprints. So you have to get the fingerprints done. And by that time, it was already, the little fingerprint place was already closed. She's like, damn, well, it's already closed. Like, where do we go to? I was like, oh, I know where. Let's go to Pandora's. It's down the street. You know, it's smaller. I feel a little bit more comfortable there.
The one off Harry Hines?
Yes.
That was the first strip club I ever went to.
And we got hired on the spot as well, too. And then I was like, wait, but I didn't bring any clothes. And there was a girl. She was like, girl, don't worry about it. Like, I'll let you borrow some of my gear. I brought extra heels too. And I'm like, fuck. Like, I was hoping that nobody was, gonna let
that
me.
nice.
I was I was like so like nervous, so shy. I came out, switched in the gear, and I was like, I guess we're doing it tonight. And ever since that day, I was like, you know what? Like, that's it. Like, fuck my 9 to 5. Like, this is
What were you doing before this?
I was working from home. I was working at a hard surfacing company. It's a carpet company basically that works majority with like apartment complexes and like commercial jobs and all that stuff. So I was literally at home answering the phones and doing a lot of like quality assurance stuff, and it got to the point that anytime that I would travel out of state doing lowrider shows, I would literally have to take work with me, and it was such a drag.
So you were already doing the lowrider shows before that,
right?
Okay.
And so I would be like in LA, and like I remember telling my friend like, well, we can't go to the beach until I get off of work. Like, that's a drag. Like, nobody wants to. We were literally in the hotel room.
Waiting for you to get off work.
Waiting for me to get off of work. And I was like, you know what? I travel too much doing lowrider shows. I see a lot. I love traveling for one. It made me love traveling. And so I was like, and having work with me 9 to 5, and me being worried about if I have enough PTO and if I'm able to be able to request PTO time off in advance, because these other girls got it for Christmas. Like, I hate it. Like, I started to really hate it. And I was like, you know what? Like, that's it. Like, I can't. So literally, I think I was dancing, doing the lowrider shows and working my 9 to 5 for about a good month. And then it started catching up to me, and I was like, I can't do it anymore. So I literally quit my 9 to 5 and then started dancing full time and then just traveling.
So you went from
corporate
world to the.
So you went from the corporate world of selling carpet, or
I wasn't selling carpet. I would be like on the phones with like sales reps, like figuring out like their orders, like, oh, this is X amount of square yardage or X amount of square feet for a 1-bedroom apartment type of a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then now you're a dancer, OnlyFans
dancer, and
modeling.
Yeah.
So, how much money do you make just on an average day of stripping?
See, this is a thing. It's a hit or miss.
Yeah. Well, that's why I said average. Average. Let's go on the high side, and then let's go on the low side.
Average. Okay. We'll say about at least $1,200 a day.
I gotta quit my fucking job.
I'm doing this. Here I am trying to do this fucking podcast. I'm doing the wrong business.
You're doing the wrong fucking business.
Interview over.
I know, man.
Interview over. Is there any place that takes dad bods? Like,
I prefer dad bods over like real masculine.
I feel like you're lying.
I'm not. I love.
She's just gassing us up, bro. She's just gassing us up.
Stop.
Junior's over there like, damn.
Oh.
As soon as I saw Kenny went, oh fuck, bro.
Kenny looks so sad.
Kenny goes, I want to go home.
No, like that's like I don't describe, like I'm not saying like, oh, no me gusta flaquitos, like I don't like skinny little twigs or whatever. That's calling them a twig.
Skinny little twig over there.
You're not wrong,
that.
but...
No. But it's just like,
Your
Like
preference.
I think, yeah, it's. But I mean, if it comes across where like a really skinny dude, like okay, that's cool too.
Yeah.
I really don't discriminate on my men. What I've really noticed, I'll go
Me
for.
neither. I don't discriminate.
I don't discriminate on my man either.
No.
You my man.
Always forever.
So I'm gonna ask you a real personal question.
Okay.
Is the body real though?
I was just about to ask you the same
Oh
thing.
my god!
You said it, you said anything's open right
Is
now.
wanna
my
start out-
body
I
real?
want to
Yeah.
start out with, is your ass real? Because I saw it, I'm like, nah.
What makes you think it's not real? Let me ask you that.
I don't know. And nowadays, you can't tell. You don't know if it's... Because I haven't looked at your legs. I'm trying to see if it matches your legs.
Because that's how usually you can tell.
Yeah.
Like
you
if
have
the legs are too skinny and then there's a poof, it just doesn't
looking
look
like,
right.
Looking like Ant's life.
I literally get this question every single
And
day.
if you say natural, I'm going to call cap on that.
Okay, so I've had a couple surgeries.
Okay.
When you think about it, my butt there's no silicone in my butt.
Hmm?
There's no silicone in my butt. My butt is naturally my own fat. So I got it at BBL.
Is that where they take the
The
Mhm.
fat,
the
out of
fat
one
from somewhere
place.
else and then shove it into your
Right. So I've had 2 surgeries. So my first surgery, just looking at a hot mess, right? This is before any surgeries. So I told the doctor, I was like, because I already had naturally a big butt. I told the doctor, look, don't give me a bigger butt. Just fill it in a little bit, and that's it. Like I don't want anything too exaggerated. I got off of that fucking table. I healed within 6 weeks, and big ol' ass.
Big ol' ass.
Big ol' ass.
I
So
was gonna say, can you
it's
help me
not
stand
what
up
I
and say,
asked
"Can I-"
for.
No.
Mm-mm.
No, it wasn't.
What?
I thought it was gonna. I thought you were gonna say it was fake. I'm like, I knew it.
Like silicone fake, like there's silicone
Yeah,
in my butt.
silicone. Yeah.
Like
No.
she's like, no, there's no implants.
There's no
Okay.
implants, and the only thing that's fake is my boobs. When you think about it,
Are they silicone? I guess you get.
they're
Okay.
silicone. My boobs are silicone.
I want to know what she looked like before.
I know, me too.
I don't think I want to see that.
Yes,
I'm
I
curious.
do.
I want to see that.
I do.
I had like, I was. My friend says like, "Oh, you're probably built like a little Boy Scout." I was with
So-
my boobs.
So, were you stripping before the BBL or
No,
after?
I started stripping after the second round that I had.
Okay.
So with this second round that I had, I really didn't do anything to my butt. All I asked was that he reshaped it a little bit more. So he didn't technically add anything to it. I don't know how he reshaped it, but he reshaped it some way. I did get a tummy tuck, and then I did get my boobs done. So after that was done, I told myself, okay, I'm going to start after this second procedure, and after I feel like I look, better than what
You're
I
happy
did.
with the results.
Right. And so that's whenever I told myself that I was going to start this year, and it happened.
So you got the BBL for the modeling stuff, or
No, that was just for me. I hadn't even started modeling either.
so you haven't been modeling for long either then?
No.
What?
It kind of just happened. Like my
Oh.
intentions were never to model.
Right.
None of that. So kind of how it started, or the person that kind of like opened the doors to it, was my friend Mundo. And he's actually a part of Dallas Lowriders. So shout out to Dallas Lowriders, because it's been 2 years since I've been a part of them, modeling for them for the Taurus Empire show that they do once every year at the Fair Park.
Yeah.
So one day Mundo was like, you know what? Like, I need a model for my car on this day because there's like a car show going on. And I was just like, oh, you know what? Like, hell yeah, like I'll do it. After that day, like I received good and bad like feedback, but it was kind of more like a lot of people saw that as like, holy shit, like you looked really good. Because I remember he got us custom made outfits for that day that had Dallas Lowrider logo on it. And after that, it was working with artists doing music videos. After that, it was like more car shows, and then it was photo shoots, and then it started becoming like an everyday thing, and it's been nonstop since then.
Yeah.
Any music videos that you've been in that we might?
Yes. So let me see if I could name a few artists. There's this comedian called Slyfly McCartney. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him.
Never
I don't
heard
think
of
he
him.
even lives in Dallas. I forgot where he lives, but him. I worked with Lil Cas before.
Lil Cass, we actually had Lil Cass on our show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what? There's a little funny situation that happened at that music video shoot.
Oh, I'm sure Lil Cass is a little wild.
No, not in that way.
Oh, I mean,
no.
Just him as a person, he's a little out there. My
Is
boy
he?
though, Lil Cass, you cool as fuck.
Like Linko. I don't know if you guys have heard of Linko. Let me try to think of who else. I know there's been a lot of out of state people. There was these real they were kind of Spanish rap guys, and they're from from Chicago, not too long ago too. So I know it's for sure Linko, some rapper named Lose, Gas, who else? Slyfly. That's all that I could think of right now that I can remember.
So you've been on a whole bunch of music videos then?
I would say at least 10.
A whole lot of twerking.
Oh, Cheddaloke. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Cheddaloke too.
Cheddaloke, yeah.
Yes. Oh, Pookie. I've done with Pookie too.
Mr. Pookie?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no shit.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
All right, that's pretty cool.
So
once
I was with Pookie, I was like, hell yeah! This is
that's a legend.
Exactly.
That's a legend. You're like,
So, yeah.
So how did you get into doing OnlyFans?
I was pure
because I'm like
too.
this close into doing the OnlyFans myself, this close.
Yeah, you make money there.
Oh damn it!
For sure.
I'm sure there's a lot of guys that want to see this.
Of course. Look, okay, I'm not gonna get into that, but with OnlyFans, yeah, I was peer pressured into that too. I think it was kind of like curiosity too.
You're like, I wonder if I can make some money.
Exactly,
yeah.
And so I tried it, and I think my first month I made a little quick $1,000, but that was just based off of subscriptions. And so I was just like, damn, and I was like, you know what? No, I'm too shy for this. Fuck this. What if it I was just too nervous. I was like, what if it goes around? I was like, I don't know, So I stopped doing it for a couple of months, and I was like, you know what? No, fuck that shit. I was like, So I got back on it, and it's probably the best thing that I've ever done.
So how much do you make a month on just OnlyFans subscriptions?
No. So how it works, you can change it to where it's subscriptions, or you can change it to where it's free. So mine is free.
Okay.
But what's not free is my media. So any little thing that you want to see, you have to pay for it. And I saw it, to be honest, that it was smarter to do it that way because you don't lose subscriptions. Because some dudes will be like, oh, I have a girl,
they're just gonna
or
pay
I have
for
a
a
wife
month
for just 1 month, and that's it. They're good. No, I'd rather do it for free. Keep you guys there for as long as you guys want to be there for, and then whatever
you want to watch,
you pay for it. And so I think it's a curiosity because they can't see it, and they're like, fuck, well, this is this amount of money or whatever. I want to see it. It'll say some raunchy stuff on there to catch the dude's attention, and I'll be like, all right, let me buy it.
The wettest ocean in the world.
No, I would not buy that. But so off of media, private messages, if it's personal stuff, I would say at least a good $8,000 a month.
God, bro,
what?
Where the fuck?
Excuse me?
Yeah.
How much?
8,000.
Kenny.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna start. We'll talk later.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I just want to quit my job and
hey.
Jesus Christ, $8,000 a month.
There's times where if it's I slack off and I don't respond to private messages, because there's dudes who are like, dude, can you just do this?
Have you gotten some weird ass requests?
Not really yet. All I've had is things whenever do a video, play with yourself, and whenever you're about to orgasm, say my name. I'm not gonna fucking do that.
You're like, I'm not saying your name.
No, I'm not gonna say your name.
What do they pay you extra?
They pay me extra, but
I want my money back, by the way.
you didn't say Manny.
You
didn't say Manny.
Oh, you did?
I wouldn't do But another thing too is a lot. I've been asked a lot, like panties. Can you sell us your panties? Hell yeah, I'll sell you guys my panties.
That shit is real?
That look,
What the
what
fuck?
this dude was like, I want a video of you
Anybody wanna
in
buy
the
my underwear?
panties,
I
in
wanna
the
buy-
panties that you're gonna send me. Like, say my name while you're wearing the panties, come in them while you're at it too, and then send them my way.
Something.
This sounds like a lot of work. How much was that?
No, this is what he wanted. I didn't do it.
You didn't do it? Oh, okay.
No,
I was
no,
like,
I didn't do it.
that sounds like a lot of work. How much would you charge for that? Like, cause I'd be like, bro, I need a lot of money for that one.
You know, like I'll ask, like, hey, like I'll make a status, like, hey, what do y'all want to see next? Let me know. I think today somebody said, put a what is it, like an anal thing in your butt while you're taking it with your dildo type of stuff. So now I know that that's what
You're like,
wanna
okay,
see.
I will do
Next.
that Saturday.
exactly. But yeah.
Wow, we're in the wrong business, bro.
Dude, I'm fuck this show. I'm Kenny. We're gonna redo this whole show now.
We're redoing this whole thing. It's on OnlyFans.
So the OnlyFans is just you. Then you don't have like other, because I know there's so many other contacts.
There's people that do it with other guys or other girls.
Oh, okay. I'm not. There is like a video or two with like another man, and there is a video with another girl. So as long as it's like with their consent, like if it's okay to put that out there, then you know you should be good. But usually that's how it goes.
But now you're a porn star.
Yeah, isn't that considered porn though? Really? Like, you know.
Would you consider that porn?
I mean, if you're on camera and you're getting piped down, I mean,
Well, then I guess I'm a porn star.
I guess see
there
now
you
you
go.
could add that to your title.
But how do you ask somebody like, hey, want to help me out with my only? You know,
I mean,
there is people. Yeah, I've been asked that. So
I'm pretty sure that's not that hard, bro. It's like
no, it's like
if she asks some dude that she knows, she's like, hey, can you fuck me on camera?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of.
I mean, what? Yep. What was that? Who said that?
Yeah, you can do that. It's like, okay, cool.
So he can do that?
No, I'm saying like
She's like,
I'm down.
Hey,
We'll talk later.
we'll talk later.
Hey, nah. I'm down. I'm curious because I've always wanted to do it. Just something out there, but we'll talk later. It's a fantasy thing.
And then I have friends too where, you know, we've actually never came around to do it though. But it's just like me and two other girls, and we were like, yeah, we're gonna get together, we're gonna look for an Airbnb. There's a shower in there, the stand-up showers in there, or we could do this or we could do that, take pictures here and take pictures there. So there's definitely stuff like that.
I almost did it once. A fun story because a friend of mine's just dad passed away, and he was losing his
How's
home.
that a fun story?
I mean,
Like, how the fuck is that in any way a fun story?
It's a funny. Well,
He's like, listen to the rest of it. That's sad.
Because it has everything, bro. It has friendship, what you're willing to do for a friend. Because his dad passed away, and they were about to lose the house. So I'm like, you know what? And me as a friend, I'm like, bro. So I think that around this time,
what can I do? Let me sell some dick.
No, I wanted to, but all the girls like, you give it to me for free. I'm like, I know, but still. So
Look,
Pornhub
bitch, it's a hard time right now.
Pornhub was doing this. I think for an amateur video, I think you get $35,000. I think or something like that, right? So I was like, look, I said, listen, I had a friend which was the camera guy. A friend of mine was gonna do the makeup, and the other one was gonna do the lighting and all that. So that's the time I almost did it because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it for. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it for a friend.
I would totally
wouldn't
do
do
it
it for
for
free?
I mean, I would do it for free.
See, I was
Like, I have no problem.
well. To me, it was like
Now,
always been curious.
So no
about doing
cut.
it. No cut. Yeah.
No cut?
what do you mean no cut?
No cut off of
Like if you get money or something.
right.
No, like I mean,
I think I need you on my team then.
I mean, I want money.
I'll see.
I want money, but like, I'm just saying, I can do it. I can do it.
But that's the time I remember that I was like, yo, I was trying to do it for help out a friend. Man, I thought
So you're gonna do it with him?
No, not with him, but I had another friend, and she was down. But then she goes, "Wait, I'm gonna just get my homegirl." What was this? Everything she wanted me to give her all of my ideas and all that. Like, nah, bitch, trying to vulture off my stuff. Women.
So that was the time you were almost in a porno.
Well, that was the third time.
Third time.
Well, the first two I got offered because I have in Dallas. Okay, funny story. I'm gonna tell you with you guys. My friend, he didn't tell me what it was, He goes, "Oh, we're gonna meet up this other director." He told me to wait in the car while but the guy was running the motel, and he was using the staff. They were making videos at this hotel, and it's all I'm gonna say is off of Harry Hines. So,
That sounds sketchy already.
so he didn't tell me, and then now that I'm old, I found out now. I'm like, oh, you asshole! So they were making videos, and twice I got offered twice. One, he was like, "Hey, this chick."
You're camera shy. That's why you didn't do it.
At first, think about it. This is probably probably 8 years ago now. I thought it was gonna ruin my career as a
Things
movie
were
star.
different.
Well, because I was trying to be an actor and all that shit. So I'm like, oh, it's gonna ruin my career.
Porno helped a lot of people.
I didn't know that, and then I told my mom. My mom was the only one that said, "Do it. You're young. Why not?"
Your mom?
My mom was, "Go for it. You live once. You only live once. You don't want to wake up one day and be like, I should have done it."
I should have did that porno. My life would be completely different.
You don't have. You're single. You're young. Why not be wild and free? And that's why I said that's to me is always still stuck with me.
He's like, now I want to do it.
So now do you want to do it?
I do. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do. But
Yeah.
I don't know what it takes. By the way, like I don't think it's gonna be an hour long. It might be just one of them gifts. What are
It'll be like,
Stop.
like a 2-minute video.
Oh, it's good for you. You good?
It's gonna be too
It's
hard.
gonna be a boomerang.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 2 hard pumps.
It's just, you good? You want some juice?
Oh no.
Nah, but that's
Continue
always-
without me. Continue without me.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go take a rest.
I'm gonna take a nap.
We both said the same thing.
She's like, why is this motherfucker snoring?
Is there a bear out here? What the fuck?
She's gonna regret it. She goes, oh my god,
No, but
this
yeah.
2-pump chump.
But do you ever feel like you were gonna regret this one day? Like one day you just.
Do you have kids, by the way?
I do.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
How many? 1, 2,
I
3.
have one.
One.
Mm-hmm.
Boy or girl?
Girl.
So, how would you feel if later on in life she come across your videos or?
And she does see my music videos. She does know I dance
How old is
as
she?
well. She's 8.
She's 8.
Mm-hmm. Now, I try to be very open with her because I don't want to sugarcoat anything. I don't want her to be too confused. Now, she doesn't know anything about the OnlyFans stuff. She does know about the dancing. She does know about the music videos. So if I say like I have to go work or something, she's like, "Oh, are you gonna go over here? Are you gonna go over there?" And I'll be like, "Okay, well I have to do a music video." She'll ask me, "How did it go, mommy?" or whatever it is. Okay, well, and then like whenever it's done, she's like, "I want to watch it," and like she'll laugh. So like she sees it as so funny. She's like, "Oh my god, mom! Like what the heck were you doing?" But she sees it as more like, okay, like she knows that what I do isn't. She sees it as more like it's my money, and that's how she sees it. She doesn't think anything wrong of it for right now. It's weird that she's actually supportive of it, I guess you could say. She's like, "Okay, mom, okay, bye, okay, do this, like be careful or
Good
whatever."
luck. Have a good day.
Yeah, that's pretty much about it. And like whenever I might sound so bad, but whenever I'm done working, like the next morning, whatever, and once she gets off school, I pick her up. How much money did you make or whatever? And it's so like, but I see it as like she's so innocent and she's so like she doesn't know what all comes with being a dancer.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But other than that, like she knows exactly what I do as far as dancing, as far as music videos. So, and then I was very open with her grandmother on her dad's side, like, hey, it's a small world. I'm just letting you know now that I've started to become a dancer. So she's supportive as well. So she's like, anytime that you need any type of assistance or help or whatever, I'm here for you. So I think it doesn't worry me now because everything is so easy for me. It's fast money. It's easy money. I see it as like, I create my own schedule. I give my daughter literally all of the time that she needs. I don't have to worry about like, no, we can't do this. We can't do that. Like we could literally get up and go on a vacation tomorrow type of a thing. And so I want to be that type of parent that's constantly involved in her kid and being like having all the time in the world. Because I remember like growing up, small things like I never had like my parents go with me like to go have lunch with me, like little things like that.
Because they were
And
always
it's-
working.
right.
Yeah. Mexican
it's
parents,
like-
that's what they do.
Right. And so it's like I have all the time in the world, literally, to give her all of me as a parent and to have a closer relate. Because me and her, she's literally like my best friend. I see it as that. And she's very open to like a lot. Like she's very she knows that she can come and tell me anything. She'll be like, "Oh, I have 2 boyfriends at school, or I broke up with my boyfriend, or I did this, or I like this guy," and she knows that I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, well, you're too young, like you
No, my
can't do
daughter, fuck
this."
that.
Like,
Nah.
Whereas, like with her dad, she knows, like with her dad, she can't say those things. So I rather her come and tell me anything that she needs to tell me. How am I putting it? Like, so basically, because I know me growing up,
In other words, you want to be the cool parent.
not the cool parent. No.
That's
Well,
what
she
I
doesn't
am.
hide
I'm
nothing.
the cool parent.
No. Not. It's because I remember growing up, I had strict parents.
Right.
So I remember I was like, hell no, I can't tell my mom this. Fuck that, I can't tell my dad that. So I would I would tell my stepmom that. My stepmom she would actually listen to me. She would give me advice. She'd be like, I'm not judging you, whatever it is. Be careful. You need to tell your dad, whatever. So I think growing up, you need a parent like that in order for you to be able to be like, this is what's going on. Or stuff like that. So she knows that anything that goes on at school or whatever she feels or whatever's going on, like in her dad's house, she comes and she tells me without having her be scared and without having her be like, my mom's not gonna judge me, my mom's not gonna yell at me. But she knows with her dad, it's gonna happen, if that makes sense. So I'd rather be that parent where it's like I can tell my mom anything and she's not gonna judge me. She's not gonna be pissed off. If anything, she's gonna be mad, but she's also gonna give me like advice, etc., etc. So I don't want to drift my kid away with being so strict, if that makes sense.
Right.
Because strict parents create sneaky ass kids.
That is true.
You're right. That was me.
God damn. Yeah.
So that's
I was a
how I see
badass
it.
kid.
Yeah,
I
was
just wanted
bad
to get
too.
high and
I
have
was
sex.
I was running away and all that stuff. I had strict parents.
I always came
but-
home,
Well, I didn't.
but I was just getting
You're like,
fucked
I
up.
did it.
No, I can honestly say.
Boning everything in sight.
And Pio knows this. Like at 15, I was in clubs with my mom.
What?
Yeah, like at 15, my mom, like my mom didn't necessarily had a chance to grow up. When she was a
get that.
kid when she had me. So and then when
Y'all
right
grew
after
up
that
together.
she goes, yeah, exactly. Me and my mom don't have a normal relationship, and I love her to death, but we fight like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because me and her are almost the same person.
Y'all the same
Right.
motherfucker. Ain't no
And-
difference.
And no matter how much, but I love my mom dearly, but it's just that we grow up like a brother and sister. Sometimes I see she fucks up, and I want to tell her something, but I got to remind myself that's my mother, that's not my sister, but we have that relationship. I mean, but I get that though.
Right.
It's not.
That's
it's
how
not
I
easy.
see it. I mean, a lot of old school parents are like, oh God, what kind of freaking parenting is that? So I think either way with how you parent your kids, somebody always has something to say. So I feel like as long as my child is good, she's not starving, she's happy, and she says I'm a good mother, you know what, I'm a good mother.
Yeah, that's all that
how I see
counts.
it. That's all that counts.
It's crazy that the kids don't see the sacrifices that I guess us, like I don't even. My mom sacrificed a lot. I didn't know that till like now.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything she went through, and I'm just like, man, I'm just thankful now.
Right.
Just say, you know what, whatever you had to do, Ma, I'm proud.
Right.
Yeah, so shout out to my mom. I mean, that's.
You think you can get us in the strip club so you can climb a pole and do a
I
split?
have
you
a
know
strip
what?
club
Hold
at
on.
home.
Do
I have
you-
a strip club at home. I have a strip
Damn.
pole.
How about we do an episode where you teach us how to be strippers, male strippers?
I would do that.
You down?
I'm so down.
I'll try to make it clap.
I'll
I
be
ain't gonna lie.
I will make it clap. That I will come in gear
And
and,
then-
boots and everything.
And then and see if we could get to like La Berge or something.
Oh, we tried out the bears?
Yeah. You want? I mean, if you're
I
down,
will. I
if
will
you're
be
fucking
so
Look,
down. Yes, I'm
My
down.
only issue is that I'm a grower, not a shower.
Well, we're not showing
Like-
dick, bitch. We're gonna fucking making a clap. Wait,
But
do
you
we
said
need-
La Bears.
You literally just
Wait.
gotta like put your feet together. Well, I have to hold my boobs,
I'll
but
hold you.
and then you have to just.
He said he'll hold them.
I'm being a gentleman. What?
I mean, you're trying to
Right? That's a gentleman.
keep them in
right?
place.
Yeah,
I'm
they just feel weird.
Really?
Ever since I got my boobs done,
Yeah.
yeah, I just feel.
Did you lose? Are we recording? Or did you lose all feeling? Like, is that true when you get your boobs
No,
done?
I can feel.
Wow.
Because they say you lose feeling in the nipple, right?
Yeah.
Some shit like that.
The nipple is where I can't feel.
Like
But now
the
that I do
main
right
part
now,
of it.
I can feel.
Really?
Yeah, it took about.
We're
With
just gonna
this
cut that one part where she's just doing this.
No, with this one, I was able to feel much quicker than I was with this one. This one took a while, but
what like how long did it take to
so I just got my boobs in February.
February?
Mm-hmm.
It's my birthday, February.
Is it?
Mine too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we're twins over here. We're Aquarius.
Aquarius.
A who?
A what?
Aquarius way.
Oh, my bad.
Not Aquarius.
Aquarius.
I've been saying it wrong the whole
Not
time.
Aquarius, yeah.
No wonder we get
Aquarius, I think it's
No.
something else, bro.
So I think this one probably like full sensation, like full feeling, probably like a month ago. This one was like literally like a month after I got them done.
Was that scary though? Does it be like, oh shit?
I mean, it's normal. But I had to ask, to be honest. Like, I was like...
When you got feeling back, you're like, hey.
No, I was kind of more like... Because the doctor was like, any questions? Yeah, like, how long before they can get sucked on?
What do you say?
He didn't really say anything.
Oh,
He was laughing.
like...
He was laughing. But
I
I was just kidding. It's because I'm a very, like... I try to make conversations with a lot of people, and I try to, you know.
Well, you got to talk to people for a living.
Right, so. Like, so he was just kind of like, like,
hey, at least you're
this
people
bitch
go,
right here.
Because nah, at least you're people because a lot of people be shy and quiet.
No, hell no. I'm more like, I think what helped me a lot, to be honest, what's weird, I think what helps me kind of get out there more was the strip club, to be honest, because you have to literally go up to customers and be like, you want to dance or you want this or like, how are you doing or whatever. So I think it kind of gets you out of.
Now, earlier you said the best customers were the young drug dealer ones, right? Why?
So far.
Why? Like
they're drug dealers.
They got money.
They spend the most money?
Yeah.
Yeah, not like us old guys.
And they have the drugs.
Yeah, no shit.
Okay, so I think with the older dudes, they tip like $20 here, $20 there. They might do like a private.
So you got to work more with the older dudes.
They can be like, hey, I like you. Okay, you know, and then you're dancing on them and they will literally put a dollar bill in your ass. Like.
That happens.
Where like, you know, whereas drug dealers are like.
Nigga
throwing that shit in the air, you know. So
I've never been that one single dollar person. I've been that, like, you know, throw a little fives here, a little five there. I try to give a little more than $1.
I remember my first time I went to a strip club. I was a little bitch. I'm not gonna lie to you because I didn't know what to do.
You're like titties.
No, I was like, no, it was. I was. My best friend. No, it wasn't my teacher. I think one of my teachers took me to my first, strip club, and he gave me money.
Wait, hold on. What?
One of my teachers took me.
Your teacher.
Yeah.
His kung fu teachers
took me to the very first strip club for my, I guess what 18 to 20. I can't remember what birthday, but they gave me like here's a wad of dollars, and I'm like, yo, can I just keep this shit? Like, why the fuck would I want to get? Like, nah, man, go give her. So I walked into the stripper. She's on the main stage, and I'm just holding it like if I'm expecting some type of fucking change or some shit. I'm just like. No, not yet. Okay, so
it gets.
I don't know. I don't know what to do, and she's just like she's gyrating, and I'm just like, where do I put it at?
He's just poking her with it.
Finally, she goes, "This your first time?" I'm like, "Yeah." I don't know what to do, and I'm just like, but I didn't say all. I was like, "Yeah, I don't know what to do. I'm sorry. Am I offending you or something?" I'm like, "Where do I put this at?" Like, so I was just a stupid dork, and I'll always never forget that.
So
your first time ever.
My first time at strip club, I was all excited. They told me the same thing, and I walked up the stage. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I got some dollars. What do I do now? And she's like, "Oh my god, that is so cute."
Oh, and I would.
And I was just like, and she's like, "Look, this is what's gonna happen." And she broke it down to me, and I was just like, "Oh shit, here's some fucking money." And then after that, I was like, they find that cute. So anytime I went to a strip club, this is my first time. I've never had a lap dance before. make this the best lap dance you're ever gonna have. And I was just like, I used that for a long time.
Not me, man. I get very quiet and
It
shy.
worked.
But I mean, like to me, I remember one time I got pulled on the main stage because I made friends with the stripper,
I've been on the main stage too.
and she gave me a dance in front of everybody, and I was just so embarrassed, so shy. I was turning red, and I'm like, please God, don't let me get a boner right here, right now. This would be so embarrassing.
So
Did you?
I'm not gonna answer that. I plead the fifth.
Take a shot.
Take- so boners, do you feel a lot of those?
There was only one dude that I remember. I was literally I was
Was it big?
I was sitting on his lap, just going up and down, right? And he literally told me, he's like, I'm about to bust.
What?
No shit.
And I was like, what?
Oh my
Go get some
God.
more money out.
You're like, not on me.
I can't hear you. Go get some more money out.
I mean,
But literally, I've had a couple. I think the most traumatizing experiences are with couples. To be honest, they're more aggressive. I literally had a lady go up to me on stage. She was like, I want you over there to give my man a lap dance. Okay, cool. That's fine. I think I respect and I love women more who are like that because women are so fucking insecure. And instead of, and it sounds weird, instead of empowering each other, we hate on each other.
Mm-hmm.
Or a lot of women are
You
like
speaking
that.
facts.
You know?
No, that's facts.
Shoot, if I had to do it, let's go to the strip club. I want to touch titties with my man. I'm like that. You know, like, hey, girl, like, I would want to pick the girl for my dude or whatever. Put some titties in his face type shit.
We're married now.
We said we're married now.
So, anyway, so she was like, hey, we want you over there. Okay, cool. I was like, well, once you're on round on stages, you literally cannot leave your stage until you're done with literally like the last one. So I was like, okay, let me finish my stages. But once you're literally like on stage, you get pulled after that. Like over here, over there, let me do this, let me do that. Or while you're walking to like the dressing room, you get pulled. It's like, it's just, sometimes it gets like that. So she was like, hey, you didn't go. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'll go with you. Like, I'm sorry, I just got so busy and I just forgot all about it. So I was literally dancing. I started on her. Cause I feel like it's more of a respect thing. So I started dancing on her, try to get her a little bit more amped up, and then I'll do her husband or whatever second. So I'm dancing on her.
You're being respectful.
Right. I see it more like I'm paying more attention to her because some girls will be okay with it until you start paying their due attention. And they're like, oh no, fuck that. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'm right here, you know? So I try to hype her up more. So dude was more like, my girl's doing her thing. I'm letting her do her thing, whatever. She literally, what did I think I pulled my top down and then my boobs were, I was facing her and I was sitting on her. And she was like pinching my nipples, which is weird. And then she was like, oh, look, babe, like they're not saggy. She was like, they're not saggy. Like,
these aren't saggy titties.
Is it weird that I almost closed my eyes and like, yeah, keep going?
She's like, they're not saggy. She's like, oh my God. And the dude was like, yeah, they feel good. And I was like, okay. And then I get on the floor on my knees and I start, you know,
doing your thing, backing it up,
doing that. And then she literally puts her hands like under, and then she.
Oh, so she grabbed everything.
She grabbed like coliflor, everything, like todo. Agarró todo el coliflor y todo. And I was like, and she's like, she said a word, and I was like, she said that I was. It might be TMI.
No.
Censor,
keep it real.
Censor this.
Nah, don't.
She was like, oh, she's wet.
Oh, shit.
And then I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what she was talking about.
she's like the waterfall.
Like, bitch, I'm sweating, motherfucker.
I was. And so she was like, está bien mojada. And then her dude was, and I was like, no, chill. Like, y'all can't touch me there. That's one thing that I don't like. Do not touch me there. And then she was like, come on, like, how much to take you out of here? Like, we
Wow.
really want to
Oh,
both.
Will change your life. And
She was like, how much do you charge us? Like, she was like, I really want to fucking taste you. Like, she was just going on about how she first had her experience with her best friend
oh shit.
and was like, I never knew that woman tasted like that. And she was like, she's like, I'm gravitated more towards you than to these other girls. She's like, so I really want to, and I was like,
Were
I was
you
like,
like,
what?
how
I'm
much?
like, what? I can't hear you.
I can't hear you. Oh my
What?
god.
How
Oh my
much
God,
money is
30
that?
Yeah, and
5,000 in
while they're talking to me, the husband's going like this,
Well,
and
he
I'm
probably
like,
is a daddy.
Oh yeah. he's
I
a
was
daddy,
like,
man.
what? I was like, I can't hear you. And then she was like, how much for a private? This lady wanted me to take her into a private. Took her into a private. And so we have a VIP guy at this location. We do. We have a VIP guy literally in the room with like a notepad, jotting down the names of the dancers. But they literally check off like how many dances you have, right?
Mm.
So it's $20 a dance, but you also give the club a cut from that dance that you got. So that's why they keep track.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Well, Pandora's Jealous does.
Oh, okay.
And so, I'm like dancing on the lady, but I'm like on her lap facing her, and then my top is down, and then like I think I'm like signaling the VIP guy like, hey, or something like that.
Mm.
She literally puts her mouth on my boob.
Oh, slow down.
So does that happen a lot, or
They try to. I don't like that either. I hate that.
because every time I went to a strip club and like I would see dudes like
Sucking
stripper
all
put
along.
like when the stripper
Yeah.
put
Like if I
like they
put
would
'em on
open their
you,
mouth and I'm just like, you know how many other guys probably
see,
got
That's
exactly,
my thought right there.
exactly. And so that's my thing. Like it's like you don't know if I'm like one of these other girls that just got
nutted
done
on.
doing. Yeah, exactly.
Titties
And
are all
so
in your
I was like,
face.
wait, hold on. And she's like, come on. And she was very persistent. Like, come on. Like, I really want to. She's like feeling all up on me. She's like, ay, qué rica y que no sé qué. Que te quiero hacer este que el otro. And then she tried to they tried to tag team my ass. And she tried to get her husband, like, come on, do a private with her. Try to convince her. And then so I'm doing a private on him. He was like, she really wants to. Come on. Like, it's the most traumatizing shit with couples. I feel like it's just they try to tag team
Here I
on
thought
your
it was gonna be
ass.
easier with couples.
I figured it would probably be an easier experience because the guy's not gonna act a fool.
He's not. He was letting her do most of it.
She was acting the fool.
She was the one that was more aggressive. She was the one that was touching and trying to.
See, you horny bitches.
Yeah, trying to blame men.
We ain't the only animals out
He was
here.
literally like,
Well,
come on, and she wants to do it. I'm letting her do it. She's the one that. And then she was like, yeah, he has a big dick. And I'm like, you think I care about that?
Size doesn't matter.
He got happy
To be
real
honest,
quick.
look, I feel it's literally
Like,
the motion.
There's a chance.
Because there's some dudes. You're so into this.
Hold on. This is my moment to shine. Go ahead.
Little dick kings
I
everywhere.
feel like dudes, to be honest, dudes with bigger whatever package, whatever, they feel like they don't have to put as much work in because they think it hits there.
Wham bam.
Bullshit.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bullshit. The men, I feel, who know that their stuff is smaller, they try to hit all of and I feel like that's what
they got to put more work in.
That's right.
And who doesn't know that?
This was like, that's right.
That's right, bitches. That's why we had this conversation. It's not the size that matters, mate. It's the motion
in the ocean.
But Mr. King Dingalong over here
I
was
told him, I'm like, that's little dick
What?
energy.
What?
he's all like, oh, that's little dick energy. I'm like, bro, saying that you got a big dick is little dick energy. So I like to undersell my stuff. That way when she sees, she's like, oh my god. See, I tell bitches, be like, oh, I'm little.
How much you working with? Not much.
Yeah.
How long you lasting? Not long.
I just saw that. I mean,
how big?
You know what? I don't.
She wants to know. You might as well tell her.
It's a Coke can size. I don't like to brag, but it's like that.
No lie, it is fat.
Thank you.
I've seen it.
You've seen it?
Hey, I've always said it. Are you really best friends if you never seen each other naked? Usually,
True.
when I get drunk, I always get naked for some reason. I always.
Same.
You want to take another shot? No, it's because back in the day we used to party all the time, and I would do some wild shit. Like I remember one time I was drinking. I said, "Hey, Pio," he goes, "What?" I said, "Look," and then he goes, "Oh, dude, what the fuck, bro?" Hey, nice. I'm like,
You're comfortable and you trust him.
it's just a
and-
man thing. I think
It
it's
is.
just
Well,
you're with your boys.
We hold
drinking.
hands sometimes.
Yeah, you know.
Hold my hand.
Hold my hand.
Hold my hand.
It's more like family type
Yeah.
of a thing.
Well, we really
right?
are.
Yeah, we really are
are family.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah, he's my
literally.
brother-in-law.
Yeah, I'm boning his sister.
Yeah, he married the wrong one, but you know whatever. That's another story. But we're best friends. We do everything together.
Not just plow his sister. I mean, that's
And we back in the day we used to plow the same chicks. Back in the day. But no,
Nothing,
I mean
nothing too crazy.
nothing crazy. But
nothing
Yeah,
too
nothing
crazy.
too
We got
crazy.
some stories though.
we got a lot of stories. But I mean that's what I'm saying. So size doesn't matter. Back to this.
He's like, back to my subject.
Continue. I'm listening.
It doesn't matter.
Take that, bitches. My-
So all my little dick kings out there, you heard it.
You heard it.
Wait,
here first.
no, tampoco todos.
Oh, not all. No,
No,
so
my
not
sister-
that
hey,
little.
my
I mean,
sister
hold
big-
on. Like, if they have, like, because
There's what?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like,
All the small penises are listening real hard right now.
because there's some dudes who are so small, you literally cannot feel anything.
A la madre.
I've
Okay, hold on.
had-
How much is small?
Wait, you've had?
You had?
I've had
A micro penis.
basically before.
Wait,
What
what's
is a
considered a micro penis?
What is considered?
I literally could not feel it, like, at all.
Oh, so you gave a little dick a chance.
Hey, not all heroes wear
You're a
capes.
saint. You
Thank
are
you.
a saint.
You deserve your own holiday, by the way.
You got a chance. See, bro? Micro penises are somewhat accepted.
Damn.
What?
Adults, a penis that measures 3.67 inches or less.
Which are like this, right?
Anything under 3.7
I
inches.
probably, yes.
I don't know how
What
much
if you worked it
3.7
well?
inches
What
is.
if what?
I said, what if you worked it well, though? No? Yeah, he knows how to work it.
She
But
couldn't
see,
feel
that's
it.
the thing, though. Like,
Damn, Kenny, you spoken real
Kenny's
quick.
like this.
Like that, that's small. Oh, okay.
yeah, that's exactly this. You can't feel shit with that.
Oh, no, I'm
What are
bigger
you
than that.
hitting
Nah,
with
nah.
this?
I'm bigger than that.
I'm bigger
Fatter than that.
Fatter than that, too.
What are you hitting with?
It's like a Coke can.
All I'm hitting is fillings now.
How tall is a Coke can? Let's see how that tall that
Yes.
is.
No, but I mean, at least now you made my day. Thank you.
No, okay.
He's like, I got a chance.
I'm gonna walk around with my chest out tomorrow. I thought like that.
4.8 inches, bro.
That's not bad, right?
You got to be at least a solid 5.
I'm a solid 5.5.
Well, see, it just mattered. Like, if you're just laying there and you're just like letting her
Do all that.
look,
Pillow
that's
King?
it. That's the last time you gonna hear from me.
Oh,
So in other words,
say less.
you better put some motherfucking motion in that shit.
Did you not see what I could do?
He can do the splits.
Oh, he flex. Have you seen that?
See?
It's gonna be a fucking circus in this motherfucker.
He said, you flexible, he flexible.
Oh,
What's
you
that?
flexible?
Bah.
I mean, I can't. I didn't come and get.
Oh, no. But all you can do splits and all that, right?
I cannot.
Really?
No.
One thing, I cannot do the splits.
I feel good about myself today.
You should feel good about yourself.
You're a bad bitch.
I'm a baddie.
Baddie.
You are a baddie.
I don't like to brag, but
I'm a baddie with a fatty.
Right, bitches. I heard it here. On the
So what's
council
your go-to stripper move?
show.
Like the move that you're like,
They put you on the
The
spot.
thigh clap.
the what?
Huh?
It's a thigh clap.
What's a thigh clap? Like how? What? Explain the thigh clap. 'Cause
You literally, you're standing up, you're locking your knees, you're locking your legs, and then you literally just like, it's like
is that whenever the
That's,
you're going like this,
yeah the thighs and
and the butt moves like it's going like
Oh,
this.
I love that.
I
Thank
do
you,
that.
TikTok.
People are like, oh my god, how do you do that?
How do you learn
I
to do
literally,
stuff?
I can
you
do
know
that.
how I learned, to be
Ah.
honest? YouTube.
What?
YouTube will show you anything.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had that YouTube.
Yes.
All right, guys. So we're. I'm gonna go.
And then I remember I was like, man, how do I shake my ass? Like if I'm on all fours, just started moving.
So you didn't
it,
know until you started watching the videos.
basically.
No shit. So you just self-taught.
So I could teach myself how to be a stripper on YouTube.
Basically, I swear to God.
Y'all see me making it clap. Don't ask me
Now,
any fucking questions.
With the legs in the air, it's the same thing as if you were standing up.
Yeah.
You're literally just doing it with your legs up in the air, and your thighs are just doing the same thing.
Oh, that's the one where.
Yeah. And when you go, and then
you gotta click your heels.
Yeah, you gotta click the
your
heels.
heels, and then
then
you gotta
everything
go.
just shakes.
My sister goes, and then I don't know what she does, but no, she just tells me like she starts laughing at the way that she was. But yeah,
that is crazy. I didn't know that. That's...
So-
yeah.
So how does your family feel about you stripping?
You know, I know I had mentioned my mother and my father, but I don't have a relationship with them, so I wouldn't know how they feel about it. It's literally just my daughter and her grandmother. Grandmother is more like, if you feel like you need to do that, if you need to make that sacrifice for your kid to live better or for you to have more income, go for it. She's like, I'm just here for if you need me to take care of her.
What does baby daddy say?
I don't know because I don't talk to him.
You ain't never seen him at the club and he'd be like, baby
See,
mama.
that's the reason why I told her. I was like, FYI, I work at some of the main strip clubs. It's especially Ecstasy. Like I'll show up there once or twice a week or whatever. And I know he got like one of our, like, I do remember like one of the first times that we ever went to the strip club together, it was at Ecstasy. And so I know a lot of his friends, they go up there. So I was like, just giving you an FYI, this is what I
So you never ran into him at the strip club yet?
Not yet.
Give him a dance. You're like, hey, you look familiar. Ah, you motherfucker. You
That'd be so weird.
son of a bitch.
I'm pretty
You
sure
weren't doing that when we were together.
I'm pretty sure she probably told him, like, hey, just FYI, be careful. You know, Abigail is dancing, like, or something like that. She hasn't asked me what clubs I work at, but I don't know.
Do you ever see yourself like giving this up? Like hanging all this up? The OnlyFans, the strip club, like.
Well, once I feel like I've gotten to my goal as to, because like the goal is never to be at least mine,
Right.
to be a dancer for a long period, because there's some girls that are pushing 36, 30 something. I feel like at that time it's like, what have you been doing with all of the money that you've been getting, you know?
All right.
How you that old and you still stripping?
Exactly. And so it's just like I have like
I'm asking myself that already. When I start my stripping career, I'm gonna be an old beat down stripper.
Like these days, like Airbnb is a thing, right? So it's kind of like me, for example, like I love Phoenix, Arizona. Like I love it. I love going out there. Yes, I love it.
That's Satan's waiting room out there.
I love
I
it.
hate it out there.
I love it.
It's hot.
And so it's like, okay, well, it's little things that I've been thinking about, like food truck business. It's a lot of that. You know, you have clubs that close late. People are so freaking drunk. Whenever you start drinking, you know you get hungry right after.
Yeah, you want to eat.
You want to eat.
Me. I'm a fat boy when it comes to drinking.
Food truck is in like the works. You have the Airbnb business that's like, if I could just rent a small apartment in downtown Phoenix or whatever it is, or downtown Scottsdale, whatever, you can start, you know, making income off of that. Or like two main places that where a lot of people go to, California, LA, and then you have Florida, Orlando, Disney, whatever it is. So those are things that I start thinking about, like, okay, Airbnb, food truck. If anything, it would be a restaurant, because I don't think I'm too crafty to the point where I would do like nails or like eyelashes or anything like that. That's not something that I'm interested in. But if anything, like the plan would be to do like food truck for sure. And elote stand, like little $10,000, like you know,
Hey,
by
she gonna
midnight.
be that girl.
By
She's gonna
midnight,
be that girl
you
with the
can't
big
find
butt in the
shit
elote stands.
with elotes. But if I see an elote stand outside of the club at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, you better believe I'm gonna fucking get
Oh,
an
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, fucking elote stand?
Hell
Oh,
yeah, because you know they stopped selling them like at 10,
Yeah.
11, and you know you're like, get us un elote.
Especially if you there, all the guys are gonna go.
Oh, yeah.
So that's, I mean, stuff like that. You start thinking about like, okay, I'm getting X amount of money. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Like, where are we gonna invest it into? So
See, that's fucking brilliant you say that because a lot of people don't talk like that.
A lot of people don't think about life
the
after.
future. It's
oh
all-
no, see, I have to, because I don't want, I see it, like I think about my kid too, and it's like I would rather have her put into like the family business, whereas to work for or be an
right.
employee.
hmm Would you want more kids and to be
No.
a wife settle down?
Mm-mm.
None of that.
I mean, settle down, probably, you know, I date here and there. It's no luck. That's what sucks. But I mean, as
You
far
haven't
as
met the right
kids-
guy.
Man,
What
like
what kind of guy you
recently-
into? Oh man, let's get into it.
Okay, for one, I don't judge my men.
She doesn't judge. Oh wait, yeah, she doesn't judge Coletta.
I don't judge men. So they could literally be like what I said earlier, gorditos, skinny dudes, like
Ah, do you like? Oh shit, yeah. Kenny.
they can, but like what I find so attractive are like dudes who are like tatted up. I'm just like, ugh. But that's
Gotcha.
not like no.
Get some tattoos, man.
I'm gonna get some tomorrow.
But
I
that's
got you.
not
I know a guy.
like a thing that I automatically look for. Like I don't know. I feel like in order for you to get to me, because of the fact that obviously in physical appearance, I'm not the best thing out there. But
What?
I know that my social media,
Yeah.
what I do is I keep up with the persona, right?
Mm.
That's the way that I get gigs for like music videos, shows, whatever it is. People want that, right? So it's literally like a mask.
Mm.
I have to keep on pushing stuff like that so men see that, like, oh, she's easy, or I can easily be like, hey, you know, whatever, like, let me get a night with you, or whatever it is.
Right.
But to be honest, because of the fact that I get so many men who are attracted to literally my body and, you know, whatever it is, I look more for like the mind thing. So if it's like you can get into my mind, like if you're responsible and you're like intelligent in that way, and you're like goal oriented and you're ambitious and stuff like that, like hell yeah, I'm gonna date you.
I have all of those.
He's like, that's me.
That's all me. Right
Yeah.
there. No, but that's
So
what's
I'm
up.
not really picky, but I do tend to like pick the wrong dude because I'm very picky with my men just because of that fact, because I know what men are after. So if you think that a dude's gonna be like, damn, you have a fat ass, let me take you out to dinner, you really think that I'm gonna have this dude take me out to dinner when I know he just complimented my ass?
Yeah, that's right. You take me, girl. We're gonna go to McDonald's first. $1 menu.
Hell yeah. I mean, I don't mind that.
Oh my god.
Like with dates, we could literally, like, if you were to be like, you know what, I made sandwiches, we're gonna go to a park and we're gonna just sit there and eat them, I'm fine with that.
No.
Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot.
So, nah. I said that because as a joke back then when I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
I used to take women out to Jack in the Box or McDonald's, and people would be like, "Oh, you cheapskate." It's like it could be, but it just shows you what the girls that were. If a girl didn't complain, she was more interested in me,
Right.
and if she was more interested in me, I mean, I still treat her like shit, but at least I know she was about me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what I still say that jokingly now, but that's a good thing to do though.
Mhm.
Because some women nowadays, now they're all like, oh, you got to take me here. You got to buy me a lobster. You got to buy me steak. That comes with dick. If
That comes with dick. If I'm
I'm
spending
paying
kind
that
of
much,
money.
it comes with dick. All right? But if I'm taking you to McDonald's and you don't complain, to me, that's already, you passed the test. Like, this chick is worth spending my time on.
A lot of people look for different, like, so I saw something the other day where it made a lot of sense. So women are after pockets,
Facts.
men are after bodies nowadays.
See, I didn't
disagree.
date, so I don't know. I did not date for shit.
It was strange.
So, being a person that dates,
Mhm.
that I get, you know, taken out on dates here and there, it's a fucking disaster. Like, I don't recommend it. Like, recently, and I should have known better than to have this dude take me out that I met at the strip club.
That's where you fucked up.
That's where I fucked up. But
There's
I
a guy
was
from the
like,
club.
oh, you know what? Like, he was literally taking time out of his day to plan dates. And I was like, oh, and he was younger. So I was like, let me try little younger dudes, right? So the other day, actually, it was recently. Because I was like, well, I need to know your intentions. Like, if you're just having a good time, if you just want to have a good time, I'm not the girl. Because I'm not.
Come see me at the club. That's all you get.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he was more like, I don't know, like, this is my intentions, whatever. Okay, cool, like, whatever. He FaceTimes me, whole hickey on his neck. And I'm like, you know what?
Maybe it was a rat.
Good night, you a hoe. Bye. Like,
Damn.
But wait, what if he was allergic?
he tried, no. He tried to say, it's a mole. And I'm like, that ain't a motherfucking mole, because I would have seen that after how many X amount of dates that we've had. Like, no. And I feel like it's a respect thing, because it's like, you're taking me out on these dates. You're talking to me every single day. You're telling me that these are your intentions. Like,
damn, homie fucked up.
What in your right mind did you think that it was okay?
Right.
If you're fucking around, that's cool. But to leave evidence and to still FaceTime me, that just shows you
You don't care.
little to no respect that you have for me. It's like, fuck you. So
why do you have a hoodie on? It's hot.
So he told me it's a mole. Okay, whatever. So then he was like, I still kept talking about it because I was like, we need to talk about this in order for you to like.
He's ignoring you. So what's wrong with my picking you up?
He said it's a mole. What are you doing tomorrow? Let's go out to eat tomorrow. No, fuck that. Like, no, what is that? Oh, it's a birthmark. I'm like, okay, so yesterday was a mole. Today is a birthmark. Which one is it?
It's
Let
a
me
mole
know.
birthmark.
So then, por fin, he was like, I fucked up. Okay, all I wanted was for you to admit it, but you know what? Like, you fumbled. That's it. You get no second chances. Take it.
But do you think? What about this stuff? Do you think it's kind of harder to take I don't know, to a woman that does OnlyFans and a stripper serious? Like, do you ever think of that?
Damn, that look she gave you.
No, I mean, it's true, though. I mean, most men would think that. And I'm probably one. I'm like, well, if you do all this, what if you're fucking around? That's more automatically mine.
He said the look that I gave him.
Mm-hmm.
I just showed you I have no fear.
She rolled the eyes a little bit. Because
I get that a lot. I get that sometimes too. But at the end of the day, I see it as like, if you're trying to get my attention in the way where you want to date me, you know exactly what you got into when you started talking to me.
Facts. That's
okay.
You already knew what it was.
That's why I asked. Whenever I first start conversations with a person and I start talking about, for me, automatically, if you start talking about sex, it's a turn off for me.
Right.
I don't like that. So if you start automatically trying to get to know me, taking me out on dates, I'm like, okay, cool. You know, what are your intentions? Like, what are you looking for? Whatever. This is what I do. Like, I would want, especially with the type of stuff that I do, I need a man that, for one, is secure of himself. He's confident in himself. Like, people look at my girl, people look at that, but at the end of the night, I'm the one that's doing that. That's how I see it.
That's hard, though, nowadays,
But you also have to be, you have to know your girl. I feel like you would
you have to communicate.
You have to have that faith in
her. Well, what do you think about the multiverse theorem?
About the what?
Trying to sound all smart. Because she said she wanted a smart motherfucker. Like, so what do you think about the multiverse theorem right there?
I don't think that makes sense, bro.
No. Okay. Next question.
So, in other words, it's a thing of confidence and.
No.
It's of
you need a strong man that can handle.
Like, you know what, babe? That these people wanted to see this. For example, ramming my ass or whatever. Let's do it.
I think it's communication because I mean, like you said, it's like I used to have an ex-girlfriend. She used to update pictures on the internet, and we used to fight. We broke up every fucking week or every day. But it's
jealous ass.
No, because the thing is, it was just like I'm in the industry, so I know if this is what you're selling, this is what you're doing, this is who you are. Of course, we all know that there's the persona, and then there's the real you.
Right.
This bitch was just a basic bitch. Like, she wasn't
no
model,
herself,
no goals.
Nothing.
You just wanted attention from men, and that's what bothered me. I wasn't jealous, but if
sounds a little jealous.
But if I met her that way, I'm gonna be supportive.
Low key a little jealous.
Right. No, and I feel like if it comes to that, like if he accepts it and if he starts to become like a part of like the whole, it's better obviously. Like if you have
teamwork,
right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, baby, I'm paying for your tacos. Like, what more? Like, why are you like?
He said tacos. Oh.
They're when you
Yeah.
think about it, these
I start breathing
dudes
heavy.
are literally paying for the way that we live, whatever it is. They're not they're not touching me. They're not any type of contact with me whatsoever, just through internet, right?
Mm.
But then I get it. It comes to a certain point where it's like, okay, you've been doing this for X amount of time, like X amount of years or whatever. Are we gonna stop, or is there a goal? Like, are we gonna invest in something else? Are we gonna completely stop and start? So I get that. So obviously, the stuff that I'm doing is short term.
Right.
It's literally fast money, easy money for a short period of time, because I'm not gonna be young all my life. So that's how I see
I'm already old.
I know. I'm old as shit now.
it.
We beat her by like 12 years, bro.
Can we still be strippers? Can we still make it a...
Hell,
No, I think it's different though. For men, men are expected to be as old as us.
I think the older man is more
y'all see, that's the
in.
thing. Y'all don't look old.
All right.
I'm
Our
gonna
generation.
take that. I'm gonna take
I'm gonna
that.
take that too.
I don't ever hear that much.
But yeah, that's.
I mean, what? I start stalking you. Nah, but that's crazy. I mean,
Have you ever had a stalker?
have you?
Yes.
Huh?
Actually, I have.
Was his name Kenny?
No.
Just trying to see if you're awake.
No, there was actually a dude that I started dating. You know what was crazy was, I believe the first date he brought his son around. He was like, hey, I'm like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, and his son was like all over me, whatever. So I think in the time that
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
his son, his little boy, like
Oh,
no,
like,
okay.
no,
No,
not
'cause-
like
Hey,
that.
stepmom.
Basically,
It's because okay, so I have a son that's 19 years old, so it's like,
damn.
yeah,
Yeah,
I started young.
I don't have kids,
Young,
by the
young.
way. So,
I got a bunch. I got 5.
Damn.
nah, but don't get me wrong. I
I'm
want
putting it down at an early age. I mean,
I'm all lonely.
Yeah.
I got nobody. No. Anyways,
okay, so continue with your story. I'm
What
sorry.
was the question again?
I don't even know anymore.
Stalkers, and you said he brought his son around.
Yes, he had brought his son around. It was so weird to me. And he was like, oh, this is so and so or whatever. And I was just like,
This is your new
yeah."
mommy.
Basically.
Oh,
And then he
shit.
was like blowing me up because he was like, are we going to hang out after today? And I'm like,
My son wants to see you.
yes. He tried to say that he really liked you. I never bring him around people. And I felt so bad because he was pushing me. And where I fucked up was I was like, okay, well, I guess you can come over or whatever. So he had brought his son over. And so I'm the type, I don't like people spending the night at my house. I don't like it. Get out. It's like, you spent your time here, all right?
You gotta go home.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
2
And
a.m.
So,
I gotta sleep.
exactly. And so it was like already midnight. And I was like, oh, well, your son's tired. Because he was. You know, what kind of hours are those? Like with a freaking 5-year-old? I was like, yeah.
Go put your son to
He
bed.
literally basically like spent the night the whole day. I was like, hey, well, I'm gonna go sleep in my room. And he was like, all right. He slept in the couch, and then his son was on my beanbag. And I was like, don't you think you need to go home because your son is like, you know what I mean? He didn't get the point. The next morning, he was like, he really liked you, whatever. And I was like, look, I don't think it's gonna work out, whatever, like whatever. So he was like, bet, like you're like, I blocked him after that, and he started like hitting me up from different numbers. He showed up to my house, and he was like, no, we're gonna fucking talk today. Like, I'll show up to your mom's house. And I was like, how would you even know where the hell my mom lives?
Oh,
And
shit.
so it's just weird. So it was just like blowing me up from different numbers and telling me like, we're gonna talk about this and stuff like that, hitting me up from different profiles. Like, it was just, I had the cops come to my house like the day after. Yes. And they were like, we got a complaint. And I was like, what? Mind you, my neighbors are like quiet as hell. There was no way in hell that there was any type of like noise coming from anywhere. Like, oh, well, we got like a complaint that some noise was coming from your house or whatever. I had different Snapchat profiles like telling me like, hey, you still live over here, right? You still live over there. And yeah, it was crazy.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you
First
got-
and only soccer.
First and only stalker.
First and
Hopefully.
Hopefully,
I mean,
yes.
that's-
Hopefully that's it.
Hopefully, because not a lot of people I let really know where I live.
Yeah.
So.
Man is like, where's that, by the way?
So, nah, I have a whole bunch of friends female friends that go through that. To me, it's hard because I can't see myself doing that. If you were just saying, look, I
I don't
wanna
have
talk
the
to
energy
you,
for that. Like-
Move on.
Right.
What's so hard to move on and go to talk to someone else?
Right.
I never understood the whole stalking thing. Like,
Me neither. Honestly,
it's not a worth of my time.
we're probably too lazy.
I think that's what it is. We don't have that time to put the effort in. I gotta
Right.
work at this time. I gotta go do this.
It's
I got kids I
crazy.
gotta play with. Do I really want to go and stalk somebody?
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Nah, I'm good.
But then what's crazy is what's sad is that they get resentful too. And they start, like, I think one of the girl, because I think he had a girlfriend or I don't know what involved as well. So I even had his, like, alleged baby mama is like start stalking me too. So
Oh,
Why'd you break my baby daddy's heart?
No, it was
Oh.
more
Asshole.
like it was another. No, this was a whole other person too. Because I had agreed to this dude.
Damn,
was
what you
like,
be doing to these dudes?
No, nothing. Like, and this, mind you, this is no sex.
You-
This
I'm
is
about to
no
say.
With no
I
sex?
swear to God,
No
this
kitty
is no
cat.
sex.
This guy's already
Jesus
crazy.
Christ.
I swear, this is no sex. So
There's got to be some head involved somewhere.
No, not even had nothing sexual. Nothing.
Damn.
Oh, hand job?
No.
Old fashioned?
Old fashioned?
Nothing. Literally nothing
old
sexual.
Western?
The most sexual was probably like a hug.
Oh, you see, that's all I need right there. Wait, what?
He's going to start
What the-
stalking you after a hug.
No, but there was this one dude who was like, do you mind like going with me to a birthday dinner? And I was like, oh, like your family's involved? And he's like, no. He was like, it's my car crew. And I was like, okay, well that's a way for me to network. I always see networking as a
You're like, lowriders?
opportunity.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
Say less.
But these were Mopars or whatever you want to call them.
Taquaches.
Oh, hey, yeah.
I was like, I
Mopars.
guess.
The
So I
cuz.
went with him, and he was like, once we got out the car, he's like, oh, just go along with it that you're my girlfriend. And I was like, wait, what?
What the?
I was like, hold on, what? And he was like, just go along with it. Just go along with it. And
Come
I was like,
on.
I guess for a free dinner, whatever.
You're like, I
So,
guess.
so we literally get there, and then he was like, oh, this is my girlfriend. And I'm like, hey,
Everybody.
we have dinner, whatever. We take a group picture, and he's like really into it. And I'm like,
He's all reaching
Get
for
the
the
fuck-
kiss.
nah, not a kiss. Like, it was more like
she's
he
not
was
a
hugging
public
me from the
perfectionist.
shoulders, like behind. And I was just like, oh, like,
No le
get the
gusta.
fuck
Es
away
que
from me.
she's like that.
And I guess like some girls that he had crazy over him started stalking him, and they started stalking me, harassing me to the point where what was weird is that they started sending me sex videos, not of me, not of him, but just like random people pretending to be him. And like it was just a weird thing that it got to the point where like FBI and police got involved, because at this point you're
Jesus
basically
Christ.
sexually harassing
Yeah.
people. And they also too were like creating different Snapchats and were saying all of this. And towards the end, he contacted me and he was like, hey, I'm aware of what's going on or whatever the hell it is. Like, just know that they're fucking with me too. And they're fucking like with, I don't know if he had a girlfriend. I don't know what was going on. But they
Damn.
were basically just like, and it was 2 girls that were in on this. And so the police got involved or whatever. And one of the girls like finally came forward, was like, yeah, like, well, you should have never gone on a date with him. I was like, first of all, it wasn't a date. I didn't consider it as a date. I considered it as like a friendly gesture. Like, I'm helping, he invited me out to this birthday dinner with another dude that they were also celebrating for his birthday. And I saw it as, to be honest, like a networking thing. Cause it's just like, okay, y'all need a model. Well, shit, I'm here,
Right.
And I'm like, he was the one that asked me to like tell them to go along with it, like that I was his girlfriend or whatever it is. And they're like, well, you should have like never done this or that. So I think basically what she told me, the reason why they were doing that was because he didn't pay those girls any type of attention.
Really?
And that supposedly he got one of them pregnant and she started doing all of that stuff. And he wasn't trying to have anything to do with the girl. So they were literally just harassing all of the girls that he was trying to.
Damn.
Yeah,
Must have been some young bitches.
crazy.
Though.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, you're literally wasting your time talking to me over a dude that I clearly don't give a fuck about. I really don't. And I was like, I don't see him in that way, but they were so gravitated towards me, and I was like, look, I have better shit to do. And actually, I was in LA at the time doing a car show when that was going on.
No
And I'm like, you need to
shit.
worry about like some other bullshit because this is not.
Yeah.
I think ever since that conversation that I had with her, she was done with it. I'm not sure if they got charged, but I know FBI did, and
Oh,
police,
FBI?
What
FBI
the-
and all that shit did get involved because they were sending a lot of his personal stuff to girls. Like I think he had like a sex video out, and they were sending it out to a lot of the girls.
Was he working with some?
yeah.
Huh?
Was he working with some?
I don't know. I didn't pay
She
attention.
goes, she goes,
to
I didn't
that.
look.
Nah, I don't know.
Hey.
It was nothing sexual with him. Like he was literally not my type, so
Yeah.
it was just not.
But you saw the video. Was it big?
Was it big?
No, they sent me a video. I don't think it was him, but it was literally a dude like fucking some other girl in this message, and I was like, I'm reporting this shit because for one, it's not cool. Like,
I think it's against the law, right?
yeah, and so
Well, you
that's,
can't send dick pics anymore.
that's
Oh, yeah.
unsolicited. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
now
you
they
can't get
fine you.
unsolicited
so
nudes.
it's like sexual harassment type of a thing.
You get a little charge.
You get a little charge.
I know that.
So he had got the police involved, and he was like, whatever. And he like, they were like, I think he sent me all of the names of the accounts that these girls were creating. He was like, just be aware that these are the girls that are doing this, and these are the name. Like it became like a really big thing.
So dating
Dating is
Nowadays is hard.
Yep.
I'm
See,
a man
so-
at women though.
so I'm good.
It's hard for me. That sucks.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just stay.
I don't recommend.
I'll wait.
See, I'd be acting a fool if I was dating right now.
I think that's me.
Like I'm already wild as it is. Single me would just be doing the wildest, most outlandish shit ever.
I calm down, but it's probably because you're not around no more.
Yeah.
Because like I'm just as wild as he is, but it's just like I need my hype man.
And he's just not there anymore.
He's married to my sister. What a dick.
Plowing his sister. I mean,
And I'm
That's
like,
what I'm
bro,
having
you
with
should
sister.
break up. You know,
I
make a
have a-
comeback.
Why would you want to wish that?
Because I need my boy back. Who's gonna hype me?
so I have a PTSD, post traumatic slut disorder.
So
You know, it hits me in ways where I'm just like, I remember I used to do that
So,
shit. Or I see
like-
somebody doing some fucked up shit, and I'm like, that was
yeah,
me.
it would've been me.
That was me.
Well, see, like if we would have met you at the club, he would have been happy. Hey, bro, I bet you won't get a number, and I would have been like, bet, and he would have been.
I
Like,
would have gave you my number.
see what I mean? But he's not hyping me, so it's
So
like
I mean, so you
this
should
is
give him.
this is me
See,
now.
But,
I'm just
but
like,
even then, I still do shit. I made
Yeah,
that
but
girl
it's
give
not-
you head.
but it's not. the
What?
same.
Wait, hold on.
Wait, which one?
What?
So we're at my house, and he brought some girl over, and
This was years ago.
they were arguing and stuff, and she's like, "I love this dude," and blah blah blah. I'm
Talking
like,
about him. She loves him.
"Yeah," and like, you
Oh,
don't love him.
This is 10 years ago, but
And I'm the type of guy, you don't love him. She's like,
yeah.
I love him. I'll do anything for him. You won't suck his dick. I'll suck his dick right now if you let me. Bet you won't. You won't fucking do it.
in
And
front
she
of
fucking
everybody.
did it.
It's like
in front of
this room
everybody.
full of like my.
There's like
people.
4 of us.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what? And I'm just like, what? And he was like, yeah, and I'm like, huh? And he was
I'm
like,
over here at the other side of the table like, yeah, bitch, you ain't gonna do it. And then she does it, and I'm like, oh shit, she's doing it.
She did do it, and I'm just like, well, I can't get mad. I'm just like, well, thanks, P.O. Just,
See?
Right.
What
But
kind of
again-
shit I do for him?
but he's my hype man, man. Like, man, this dude just go way back, and I don't think I've ever had another friend that hyped me up just like that, the same way. Where it's like he'll be like, "Don't be a bitch, go do it. Go ask that girl for a number." Because I will get shy and quiet. Like I swear to God, I'll be like,
And then I'm that voice that, oh, you little bitch. I knew you were gonna
like
do this
if I were to
shit.
see you, I would be quiet. I'd be like, "Hey, how are you? Nice to meet you." And I'll be quiet till it's just, we're filming or something. But you know, with him around, it's like you better go ask that girl.
I'm the type that's like, hey, he wants your number. What's up?
And when he does it, I gotta be like, "Yeah, you know, you know."
I push him into things. I push him to do things he wants to do.
Yeah,
Oh, because you're too shy to do it.
I could get shy. Yeah, I get very shy.
I mean, like, there's no shyness with me whatsoever.
Gotcha.
But so, anyways, back. It's not about me. It's about you today. So, what's the next big business venture that you want to, like, the next goal? I know you talked about earlier.
You good there?
Yeah, I'm over here coughing. Yeah, but what's like your next venture? Like, what's the next adventure now?
Adventure as in.
Traveling, keep on doing the modeling thing, like
That's the
lowrider.
plan.
In movies, do you see yourself as a movies crossing over as a porn star? I mean, they make money.
I've thought about that, but then I'm like, I had actually just recently a photographer reach out to me and say that I believe they're having like an Exotica event in New Jersey. It's like this month.
Yeah.
And he was like, it's a good way to promote yourself, whether it's Instagram, whether it's OnlyFans, whatever it is. He's like, it's a really good opportunity for you to do that. So, I mean, I've thought about it, but to be honest, I think right now I'm not sure. I feel like I'm okay right now.
You're good where you're at.
Right. I don't want to say I'm comfortable and I'm settling, because that's definitely not what it is. But I feel like right now I'm just kind of like, it's going good. Merchandise is here. Traveling is here. And then you have, whenever I'm home and I'm not doing anything as far as shows go, I'm still, promoting myself at these clubs or whatever. And, they.
And on podcast.
And podcast. And they
the cancer show. But you know what though? I wanted to ask you earlier. Do you ever feel tired or fatigued? No.
What do you mean?
Because this perfect drink was called Nerd.
Oh yeah, Nerd.
Nerd.
You should try it.
You should try it.
Nerd energy drink.
Whenever you feel like you're dancing.
Whenever you're up there dancing, you just feel like you don't have the energy. A Nerd will do you right.
Nerd
energy drink.
Nerd energy drink. Buy it by the case.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Nerd.
We're working on our future sponsor.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what it is. Right, Kenny?
Thank you, Kenny. Sorry.
Okay, so I'll definitely look into that. Wait, so whose is it? Is it?
It's probably it's the sponsor of SourKidsProduction.
Yeah, we're trying to get
but we're trying to make sure it's our sponsor too. My boy Kenny over here trying to work that deal. But if you're ever feeling tired, or you're ever feeling like if you don't have enough energy, get you a Nerd. Nerd will get you feeling just right.
Nerd. Because I've been feeling like that a lot of times.
See, look, she needs a Nerd, Kenny. You need to bring some fucking Nerd up here so we can get her feeling hyped.
You know what? I don't feel like showing my ass today.
You have those days where you're just like,
Can I shoot a commercial with you? Be like, when she's like at the you know what? I
just don't really have the energy
I just don't feel
today.
like putting my boobs or my butt in somebody's face tonight.
See what I mean?
See, and all of a sudden, here's a Nerd.
And then you start on
She
stage.
drinks it and she starts clapping that motherfucker like ain't no tomorrow.
Yes, bitch. Yes.
Period.
Period. Oh my God! If that ever fucking just becomes such a thing,
it is a thing.
It is a thing.
Like other girls now.
Oh my God! If I hear motherfuckers doing that, I will fucking shoot myself.
Period.
Period. I'm like, where's the sense, dumbass? I didn't even remember we were even done. Period. Oh. What was the other word? There was another word that used to piss me off. What was it? Was it fleek?
I don't know.
Fleek.
Yeah.
Don't nobody use that shit no more. That's old, homeboy.
That's so 2 years ago. Oh, that shit's on fleek. I'm like, what?
That's like when I was in high school.
Oh, damn.
So I have a son that's 19 right now, and he used the word slaps. Oh, that slaps. I'm like,
oh, I hear that a lot.
And then my mind, yeah, and I'm like, what do you mean? What is this slap? He goes like, that slaps. I'm like, slaps what? And I couldn't get it, and then he explained to me. I'm like,
that slaps.
Now I realize I'm old.
No, but then you start saying it too.
No,
oh, that shit slaps, bro.
Right.
No, I don't say it. Fuck
I
that.
do.
I'm not gonna say it. Just 'cause.
Would you ever write a book about like?
I've thought about it.
I think you should.
You should.
I've thought about it because I think just because way before dancing and doing the stuff that I'm doing now, my life was literally a mess.
Really? Mm-hmm. Can we give us a glimpse of it?
So I did mention that I had like very, very strict parents and stuff like that, and all of that good stuff. I was constantly running away from home, and stuff like that. I got to the point where I had met a particular person that was my boyfriend, I guess you could say. I think I was like 15 at the time. And I've never really could define the definition of rock bottom until I really met that person. Yeah. I got to the point where like he was a drug dealer or whatever, basically got me into stuff like that. And it got to the point where like I understand a lot of the people, not understand them, but I could see how it's possible to easily fall into addiction,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. So my life was a mess. Like I was constantly like, I'm telling you, like in and out of juvenile at the time, and then I was doing that stuff with that, that little drug dealer boyfriend that I had at the time. There was so many times where I've literally could have gotten um raped or whatever it was, and it never happened. Thankfully it never did, because it's so crazy, because I would always wake up on time whenever stuff like that was like about to happen or whatever, whenever they got a little too close to me.
Yeah.
And so I think what it was that one day I was like, you know what, I think it took actual for me to experience like a time. It was a particular time that I had went, they took me into jail, for little juvenile jail, and I was like, holy shit, there's actual people here who are literally batshit crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like girls were screaming their heads off like at 2 o'clock in the morning. They were like saying throat off shit. You had them like fighting like the little security officers or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
And girls were literally and you're literally sitting next to like a murderer right next to you, because like everybody's like awaiting court or whatever it is and stuff like that. And so it's just like, I think one day I was like, you know what, like this shit really isn't for me. And I think what another person that had helped me open my eyes to that was um I was in like a counseling place. It's not there anymore. It used to be, but there is this place called SAU, and it was a substance abuse unit. It's right off of there, off of Thornton, or right next to the zoo, actually, the Dallas Zoo. And it's literally where the juveniles go to do school plus like counseling classes or whatever it is. It's like like an outpatient rehab facility slash
Right.
school. And I remember there was this man, and he told me, he's like, you know what? He's like, I would have never, like, here, like, talking to you and getting to know you, he was like, I would have never thought that you would ever be that kind of a person who would do things like this, because you're very wit. And I will always remember that word. And I feel like that's what kind of like opened my eyes to like, you know what? This shit really isn't for me. Like, what the fuck am I doing? So after that, I had met at the time my ex-husband, and that's when I started dating him. And I feel like after that, it was literally just, I had stopped drinking, literally stopped doing everything that I was doing, and then it was just like clean off from then on. It's kind of like that. So I think that's what I wanted to do, was to do a book based off of that, because there's just like my life hasn't been such an easy
Right.
thing, going from parents to the way that I was living from like being a teenager and doing all of that and stuff like that. And to
For how can I put this? For girls that are in that stage, I mean, it's at a young stage. You know, I guess that girls go through all this.
mm-hmm.
What would you say to them? They want to turn to stripping. They want to go to OnlyFans at a young age. You know what I mean? Like,
Do you encourage them to want to pursue this, or
what would you say to them?
I mean,
so like if you see this 19-year-old girl and she's like, I want to do this and I want to do that, would you talk them into doing it, or would you just like, hey, maybe you should rethink this?
to be honest, I would definitely tell them to rethink it, just because of the simple fact that I was doing college way before all of this too. So I was actually studying to be a substance abuse counselor. And so I had literally stopped that just because of the simple fact that me and my ex-husband, or husband at the time, had separated. And so he was my biggest support system at the time. So he was helping me with the baby or whatever it was. So I was doing, apart from working at that carpet company place that I was telling you guys that I was working at, right after work, I would literally go and do my hours at a rehab facility at the Salvation Army right next to Parkland.
Mm.
And so it was like if I was like a step before like a counselor. So I was literally shadowing counselors. And so once we had separated, it was a little bit more harder for me to want to pursue that, because I was very strict at the time on having her be with me because I have, primarily she's with me. So I was like, I don't want my daughter to get too gravitated towards them, and then one day she won't want to be with me anymore, and she'll be so used to them and stuff like that. And so to this day, he's very childish when it comes down to our separation. He won't want to talk to me. He's like, well, I don't want to talk to her. He doesn't answer my phone calls, my text messages, anything that regards to her. He won't answer anything. So I think it was harder for me to be like, you know what, like, it's hard for me to find my support system here.
Right.
And so I literally quit college, and that's when I was just doing the carpet thing full time. And then it was to the point where, I mean, I was doing good for myself, but I was like, I need more. I need something more. I want something like a lot more for my daughter, whatever it is, like more money, more income. Like,
Right.
where am I going to get it at? And so I had met this girl who actually told me, well, you can do this and you can do that. And I was like, oh, I don't know. Cause I was still stuck on like, it's going to ruin my future. It's somebody in there is going to recognize me. They're going to see me that I'm counseling men or whatever it is that are, trying to counsel for substance abuse or whatever it is.
No.
And they're going to recognize me. Somebody's going to say something, and there you go. Like, my license will be revoked or whatever it is. And I was so focused on that, and to the point where I started slowly pulling away from what I truly wanted in life to where I'm at now. So.
Awesome.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are.
But you seem to have your head on straight. Like,
Yeah. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I love what I do. I love the fact that I'm basically my own boss, and I'm basically like, it's literally just on me, and I create my own schedule and I do all of that. But like I said, I'm not going to be young forever. This is literally just temporary, fast, easy money.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean, because a lot of people don't think about the future. They're like, they're keeping on.
They just living in that moment.
Living in that life.
And you already have it in your mind, like, this is only temporary.
That would be me.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
now I'm always in the future. Like, I'm always there. So.
Yeah.
But we work good together.
I'm like, let's see what happens.
Right.
Well, man,
you gotta risk it for the biscuit, man.
well, but I think you have a good support team.
Oh,
a good
for
support
sure.
system to
Yeah.
help you. Because being you by yourself, it goes worry on you.
Mm-hmm.
But
Let us know where people can reach you at, where they can find you, all your stuff, your OnlyFans. They want to throw some dollars at you. Where can they throw them at? And don't come over there with no 2 punk ass dollars.
Yeah, don't do all of that.
She wants 10s, 20s, and 100s, homeboy.
Yeah, Manny.
Yes. Who?
Sorry, I'm calling myself out. So in case I hear this out, I'll be like, oh, don't be that cheap ass Manny.
So everybody can find me at Abigailamorrrrx with 4 R's and with an X at the end. And then same with OnlyFans, same with Snapchat, I believe, just without the X as well. That's pretty much it. Oh, and then dancing wise, I normally work at Pandora's South Fort Worth and Pandora's Dallas, and then occasionally Ecstasy. You kind of just have to catch me on a good day.
Oh.
So, you got some money? Want to throw at her? Go on ahead.
Help her out.
Help her out. Remember, she's a single mother raising the child.
So
don't be no cheap bitch.
Exactly.
Here
in this show, we help our single mothers.
Oh,
bring the
and
bag.
then if we have any Floridians that are watching, I'll be in Florida next month as well for a car show. So,
all right.
Oh shit.
But
if y'all need a model for a car show, hit her
there
up.
You go, please do. It's beautiful in person and in pictures, so it's not fake. You know how some people are like,
I'm not a catfish.
Yeah, nice. You know, some people be like, girl, you
she look different in the pictures.
And as for us, you can catch the Council Show on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
Anywhere motherfucking podcasts are played.
Just put in the Council Show.
Just type in the Cancel Show. I'll make sure y'all Google us and find us.
That's right. Till next time. Peace.